Hey everyone, this is my pup Tucker, and thanks to the FXW Rollick pet fence, this is Tucker's yard. Now this pet fence we've had for over a year. We had it when we got an RV, and we have it now as we're staying inside this cabin as we're getting ready to move. This pet fence gives us the ability to create a yard for Tucker no matter where we are, whether we're here, whether we're traveling in our RV, or whether we're even at a friend's house. Now there's a lot to like about these fence panels, but the first thing that you'll like is the variety of sizes that it comes in. It comes in 24 inches, 32 inches, 40, 45, and 50-inch panels. And that, with the number of panels that you can get, gives you a variety of prices. You could get these for around $60 if you just need a setup just to kind of hold your dog, or you can get crazy like us and get 24 panels and pay close to $500 or $600, or go even bigger and badder and pay over $1,000. And I know that seems like a lot for a pet fence, but this is a quality pet fence. It's going to keep your pet safe, and it's going to make life easier on you. One of the nicest parts about this pet fence, and like I've said, I've had this pet fence for about a year now, is the powder coating on this. We're down here in Florida. We're right near the coastline, so we get a lot of salt water and everything like that blowing on this fence. We've dealt with hurricanes, rain, everything throughout the seasons, and this fence looks almost as good as it did when we first got it about a year ago. Another thing I really like about FXW is these poles and these pole holes. Look at the size and the thickness of these poles. You can really push these into the ground. Some people recommend using a rubber mallet to install it. I've never had to do that, and I've never had an issue with these falling over. These poles are easy to guide in with their size between two fence panels, so it really is a quick and easy setup for us. For 24 panels, it takes us about 15 minutes and he's ready to go and has a yard wherever we're at. Now, if you compare it to this pole over here on the right, you can see that this pole is thinner. And the one thing I didn't like about this being a thinner pole is as I push into the ground, these tended to bend a little bit. That's why we upgraded to this FXW fence, was for these thick poles. The other thing that I like about this pole compared to those poles is the ball on top, where you see there's a hook on top of these poles. Although I've never had a problem with the hook because I always made sure to point it out, having a ball on this makes me feel that much more comfortable with Tucker. There's no chance of him ever bumping that, catching his eye on it, catching a claw on it, or anything like that, and hurting himself. This just is a layer of protection for Tucker that helps me feel better about him being outside. One of the upgrades I really like when we moved to FXW is the gravity lock. It's a really simple system that's easy to work. All you have to do is push up and the door opens. And when you go to shut the door, just swing it shut and it locks for you. Instead of trying to make sure a bar goes into a hole or anything like that, this is now locked and Tucker can't follow me out because I forget to push the lock. And some of these other panels, when you go to lift them on the door, they aren't connected. This FXW is connected. So I can lift it up by the door itself, and that makes it easier to travel with these. These panels are about 1/4 inch to maybe a 1/2 inch thick. So 24 of these panels all stacked on top of each other is probably about 1 foot, maybe 1.5 feet thick. That doesn't take up a lot of room. I could easily fit that in the back of the SUV, but when we're traveling in our RV, I put it in the underbelly, and Tucker has his play fence wherever we go. So when we get to the campground, Tucker has his spot. He's safe from other dogs. He doesn't have to sit on a leash the whole time. And he's comfortable and can relax outside with us while we're enjoying the great outdoors in our RV also. So the big question is, would I recommend or would I buy the FXW pet fence again? Yeah, absolutely. I would absolutely buy this. It's easy to travel with. FXW has a ton of accessories that you can add on to this. They have carrying bags, carrying handles, other items for your pets that work great. This pet fence has made life a lot easier when we're traveling with Tucker, or even when we're in a semi-permanent situation like this and Tucker just wants a yard that he can go lay in throughout the day. It gives him a spot to use the potty or enjoy the sun where he's not on a leash feeling chained to the world, as opposed to having a little bit of freedom to roam around his little yard right here. It protects him from other dogs in the park so they can't come up to him when he's sitting on a leash, and it protects from him running after other dogs to try and go play with them. It's the perfect addition for campers or for even semi-permanent folks. So as always, I hope these short reviews help with your purchasing decision. I hope you enjoy the rest of your shopping day.